Hello everyone and welcome back to part 47 of creating this watch inside of my 2018. What we're going to be doing today is continuing this side, basically doing the same thing we did there. And to make this a bit easier to see, I'm actually just going to give this a new color. Um, Maybe that pink actually is pretty nice looking. Um, and that way just the entire thing was one color, because before it was like two separate pieces and whatever. So in today what we're going to do is I want to see how that little thing looks. If it's like that, okay, it is like that. Um, and I'm gonna try and move this to normal places. And what else will we do? We're gonna connect these first, actually. So I'm gonna take that edge, and I'm going to Control E to extrude and just bring that all the way over there. And I'm gonna select this Control 1 just to see this a bit nicer. For some reason this needs to be reversed, so mesh display reverse. Not exactly sure why that wanted to be like that, but press 4. Just gonna snap these to there, and since they are the same object, we're able to merge them. So now it looks good. So mesh display harden edge. Okay, that's better. So now what we're gonna do is just, let's see. For starters, move this out of the way. We have a lot of pieces. In the next episode, I'll probably show you this cool thing that you can do to see how many pieces exactly. So with this, what we want to do is just select both of those, Control 1 to isolate them. It's very helpful. The reason why I've been doing this a lot lately is because we have so many different pieces, and it's so hard to like see different pieces on top of different pieces. So that's why I'm doing that. So what we need to do here is move these to basically where they should be. So I'm going to select all of this, maybe, actually. Yeah. Okay. And move this down to, like, maybe actually just these for start. And just start moving them away from being so crazily in the air. Well, it's kind of hard to, like, move all of this, you know what I mean? Let's see, maybe if I select all of this, and then just, maybe, let's see. I'm just gonna scale it in or something, and then move it to like the middle, and then like scale it out or something. Or maybe actually use that tool from before to just go like that, and that actually helped us with our problems of doing that. So this could kind of match that a bit better. Well, actually, we don't want to do that completely, maybe, because we still want a curve, you know what I mean? It's just that the curve is a bit crazy, so maybe if I rotate it. Let's see. See if there is even a curve. Yeah, there is, see. Although maybe just less of a crazy one. Kind of match the one that is down there, so something like this is what I'm looking for. So let's try and match this up like that-ish, maybe even scale it out or something. And just kind of put these to proper places, so it's going to be a lot of moving vertices, but that's how we will do it. So I think that looks good. Although for some reason there's a ton on this side and then like none on this side, so let's see what I can change about that. Maybe add one there, and then I'm gonna move this to like inside there. And then just like move these ish to there. This piece won't really be seen inside, so I'm not gonna worry about lines being weird. But let's try and I'm gonna see how this looks and make sure that nothing is being weird. Okay, this is gonna be how I want it to look. Although, why is that like that? Let's see. Same thing is happening here, and I think it's supposed to be like that actually. So I'm just gonna leave it. And let's get to work. And that goes down perfectly. It just bugs me how there's that hole there, but it just seems like it's supposed to have that. So for example, if I were to look at a real one here, it does have that kind of hole right there. So that's weird. But this entire watch is weird. Let's go into here and select this and that. Control 1 and add a bunch of edge loops of 1. Let's just start like this and add these edge loops. I'm not going to explain them every single time exactly what I'm doing, but you kind of get the point at this point. So this one has a lot of these to match this exact curve, so it's going to be quite the pain, but it's alright. So I'm just going to start them off from like that side, just because I can. Kind of see how this is looking so far, and we'll get that big curve soon. So let's add a ton of edge loops, although one thing we can do that will help us a lot is again turning on wireframe shaded, which is this right here. That way we can see where we're going to need to add them, and I just realized that we're getting that same problem before we were doing that, so sadly I have to do all that. That's annoying. But let's select that, and then I'm just going to snap it to there. Snap. And then these are going to be weird. I could kind of move that. So maybe if I move this, maybe instead of doing that, if I just snap these, although that is going to be annoying like that, because I think this is a completely straight line, yep. So what I think we'll do is a combination of the both. So if I move these, select those two, and then move them down to where they need to be, although only merge the top part. Whoops. Sorry about that. My phone was blowing up. Why is it not letting me? Did I go into live mode or something? Okay, that's weird. So just move these down. That way we won't get any weird distortion issues. So to like there, and then we'll add the supporting edge loops. So let's start off by merging, or not merging yet, but doing these snaps. So like this. And let's see what we can do for that corner. That is always weird. I think we're dealing with this corner, so yep, let's see what we got. This piece is in way too much. It needs to be like there. That way we can merge that to there and then move that one like. Actually, we can snap that to that. So then let's add one here, and I'm gonna take these, move them, snap them. It's kind of like a video game. Let's see, another one that we would need would be right here. So then select them, move them, back them up, move them again, and snap them. Okay, let's see. This definitely needs an edge loop, so here, let's do a few at a time now. So snap, crackle, pop. And there's going to be two right here, so one. It's a bit too weird. Whoops, I just Control Z. Yes, I did. 1, 2. Also, I can make this a bit bigger, since I don't care about that anymore. Looks good, although I don't like how there is just this empty thing right here, so I'm going to actually even add one onto here, which I will also give to this piece, because I feel like it's just not looking normal. So one there, and then you can snap. Okay, that looks good. And then we can add the edge loop to this side, the other side of the world. That way we can get more of a curvature, although I just realized that there was no point in doing that because it's still, at least it's going to be flat still, I think. Yeah, because we didn't add any curve to this with that new edge loop. So select it, and then let's see what we got with this curve. So it would be something kind of like this. Although this is, let's see, if we bring these down, we're going to have to redo a tiny bit of snapping, but that's alright. It's kind of like that, to kind of bring this down, but then at least still continue with the kind of curve that we have had going on. So like that way it's not a completely flat, weird thing. Told you this episode was going to be full of moving vertices, so I really want to get that curve in there. That's what I wanted. And let's see what I can do for down here. Well, for starters, we can ease into our curve, otherwise it'll look worse. So like this kind of will look good. Okay, so now that we have this fixed, we just have to redo a tiny bit of stuff, so not that much, but you know. Okay, for starters, I'm going to just move the pieces there though, but we're not going to snap them yet, so let's make sure those are all selected. That way we don't have it so that this is all the way over here and that is all the way over there. Okay, so now we can snap them. Sounds like a food or something. Snapples. Snapple. They should sponsor me, Snapple. If I ever become famous, I want Snapple to sponsor me. Because I've been snappling forever. Okay. Hopefully you can kind of see what I'm snapping, by the way. You're probably getting sick of that word, but it is a very useful tool inside of Maya. So go over to here, and then same thing with that. Kind of move these to where they will be. On this side, and then what we can do is just, whoops, and since it's a single plane, we don't have to worry about the one behind it. So you see the snaps. Okay. Although I feel like this isn't snapped. Okay, I'm gonna go out of that mode, and then we can see how that's looking. So that's looking pretty cool. Exactly how I wanted it to look. We can do Control 1 now. And that is actually perfect. So, thank you for watching, and that actually turned out a lot better than I thought it would, but now we have these pieces, and this is starting to look a lot more cool and more in depth. I think after we're done working with all the insides, we can start working on some of these outside pieces. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe.